Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into something that sounds seriously relaxing.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about thermal spas, but not just any thermal spas.
I'm intrigued.
These are the legendary thermal spas of the Auvergne region of France.
Oh, la la.
Exactly. And I've got this really interesting newsletter here called Love to Visit France, all about them.
Sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
So what makes these Auvergne spas so special?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Yeah.
But the newsletter hints at something pretty fascinating.
Okay, I'm listening.
Apparently, it's all about the unique geology of the region.
Oh, you mean all those volcanoes?
You got it. Turns out all that volcanic activity over millions of years has done something pretty amazing.
Okay, what has it done?
Well, you know how volcanoes spew out all sorts of minerals and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, those minerals have basically infused the ground in
So
Auvergne.
the ground is like super mineral rich.
Exactly. And that's what makes the thermal springs there so special.
So the water is basically absorbing all those minerals from the earth.
That's what they say. And because of all that volcanic activity, you get this crazy variety of springs across the region.
Variety. What do you mean?
Like some springs are rich in iron, others in sulfur, others in bicarbonate. I mentioned lithium to ease anxiety, magnesium to relax muscles, even silica for a collagen boost.
Hold on, are you telling me there's a different spring for every ailment?
Well, not exactly every ailment, but you get the idea. The newsletter makes it sound like nature created this giant spa menu tailored to every need.
Wow, that's amazing. So there's potentially a specific spring for soothing sore muscles after a hike, and another for calming your nerves.
Precisely. This variety is what makes Auvergne stand out. It's not just your typical hot springs experience. It's like a whole other level.
I'm starting to see why you were so excited about this. It does sound pretty amazing.
Right. And get this, the newsletter says it's about way more than just taking the waters. They actually use this phrase, succumbing to the charm of the spas.
Succumbing to the charm. That sounds pretty intense.
It does. Right. It makes it sound like it's a total immersion experience. You're not just dipping in for an afternoon. You're really embracing the whole spa culture.
I'm getting this picture in my head of these beautiful French spa towns with elegant architecture and a rich history.
Exactly. Like the newsletter specifically mentions a town called Vichy. Apparently even Coco Chanel used to go there.
Wow, if it's good enough for Coco Chanel, it's definitely good enough for me. But okay, let's get back to the healing aspect. What kind of benefits are we talking about here?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. We're talking about centuries of tradition here.
So, not necessarily scientifically proven medical claims.
Right. It's important to note that, and as always, we encourage our listeners to do their own research and consult with healthcare professionals.
Of course, of course. But I'm still curious about what people have traditionally used these springs for.
Well, think about it. If these waters are absorbing all those minerals from the volcanic soil, it makes sense that they could have an impact on our bodies too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, we know certain minerals have therapeutic properties. People take iron supplements for anemia or soak in Epsom salt baths for sore muscles. So is it kind of like that?
Exactly. It's like your body is absorbing those minerals directly from the water.
Wow, like a natural infusion.
That's the idea. And historically, people have sought out these specific springs in Auvergne for all sorts of ailments, rheumatism, skin conditions, respiratory issues, you name it.
So it's not just about feeling pampered, it's a genuine belief in the potential for healing.
Fascinating. But do you have to go for like weeks to really experience the benefits?
Not necessarily. The newsletter mentions some people just visit for a few days.
Oh, okay. So there's an option for a quick revitalizing boost or a longer, more immersive experience.
It seems that way. So to recap, we've got volcanic geology creating these mineral-rich springs, the potential for specific health benefits, and this whole cultural aspect of truly immersing yourself in the spa experience.
It's like a wellness adventure with a touch of French flair. Exactly. But before we get too carried away planning our spa getaways, I think we need to bring it back to our listeners.
Good point. So why should our listeners care about Auvergne's thermal spas?
Right. What's in it for them?
Well, I think on a practical level, it's a chance to experience something truly unique, a type of wellness that's rooted in the earth itself.
And it's not just about the physical benefits, right? There's a cultural aspect too. These spas have been part of French tradition for centuries.
Absolutely. Immersing yourself in those waters is like stepping back in time, connecting with a heritage of healing and self-care.
Okay, so we've got the what and the why. Now I think it's time to explore the how. Are you ready to dive into some specific examples of Auvergne's thermal spas and what they offer?
Let's do it. I'm dying to hear about these hidden gems. Okay, so are you ready to hear about some of these spas?
Hit me with it.
Okay, so this one really stood out to me in the newsletter. It's called Roya Chamalière.
Roya, what now?
Roya Chamalière, it's one of the most famous spas in Auvergne. And get this, it specializes in cardiovascular health.
Wait, a spa for your heart.
Yep. Apparently, the waters there are naturally rich in carbon dioxide.
CO2, like the stuff we exhale.
Well, not exactly. This is special CO2. It gets absorbed through the skin and helps improve blood circulation.
So it's like a natural heart booster.
That's the idea. And beyond the heart stuff, Roya Chamalières also has treatments for rheumatism and fibromyalgia.
So if your muscles are aching or you're feeling stiff, this is the place to go.
Seems like it. Okay, ready for another one?
Always. What else you got?
Okay, this one's called La Bourboule, and it's known for its respiratory health benefits.
Ooh, good for people with asthma or allergies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially children, the waters there are rich in arsenic.
Arsenic. Isn't that, like, poisonous?
Well, yeah, in large doses. But in these mineral springs and in controlled doses, it's been used to treat respiratory conditions. Of course, always consult with a doctor before trying anything new.
For sure, for sure. It's amazing how different minerals can target such specific things.
I know, right? It's like each spring has its own specialty. Okay, one more for you. This one's called Indulge.
Okay, what's special about Auvergne?
This one is all about relaxation and stress relief. They've been using these waters since Roman times.
Wow, Roman times. That's a long time.
I know. And the springs here are known for their lithium content.
Lithium,
Hmm.
like the stuff in batteries?
Well, yes, but it's also a natural mineral that can have calming effects.
Interesting. So this is where I go to chill out.
Basically. And it's also good for skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis.
Okay, so it's good for my mind and my skin.
Sounds like it. So we've got Roya Chamalières for the heart, La Bourboule for breathing, and Ivolabin for stress and skin.
It's incredible how much variety there is.
Right. And this is just a taste. There are tons more spas in Auvergne, each with its own unique qualities.
Okay, so now the question is, how do you choose which spa is right for you?
That's a great question, and that's what we'll be talking about in our final segment.
Okay, so we've heard about all these amazing spas with their own unique healing properties. It's like a wellness wonderland over there.
It really is. But I imagine it can be a bit overwhelming trying to choose the right one.
Right. Like, where do you even begin?
No, I think the first step is to ask yourself, what am I hoping to get out of this experience?
Good point. Are you looking for relief from something specific?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just a chance to unwind and de-stress?
Exactly. And also think about what kind of atmosphere you're drawn to. Do you want a bustling social scene or something more tranquil and secluded?
So it's kind of like planning any trip. You got to consider your personal preferences.
Absolutely. And luckily, there are resources out there to help you make the right decision. Like this Love to Visit France newsletter has detailed descriptions of each spa town. It talks about the ambiance, the therapeutic focus, even nearby attractions.
So you can really get a feel for the place before you even go.
Exactly. But of course, even after doing your research, it's always a good idea to consult with your doctor.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with any specific health concerns.
Right. They can give you personalized advice and make sure the spa you choose aligns with your overall health goals.
So it's like a team effort. You do your research, talk to your doctor, and then pick the spa that feels right for you.
Exactly. And I think what's so cool about these Auvergne spas is that they offer a truly holistic approach to wellness. It's not just about treating symptoms, it's about taking care of your whole self.
Mind, body, and spirit.
Exactly. It's about slowing down, connecting with nature, and finding a sense of balance.
It sounds almost like a pilgrimage, a journey of self-discovery.
I love that. And whether you end up in the grandeur of Vichy, the tranquility of Yves-les-Bains, or the specialized treatments of Roya Chamalière, you're in for an amazing experience. Auvergne really does have something for everyone.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this world of healing waters and ancient traditions, we want to leave you with one final thought. If you could design your ideal spa experience, what would it look like? What kind of healing would you seek? What scenery would surround you? What would you hope to bring back home?
Those are some great questions to ponder.
We hope this deep dive has inspired you to explore the world of wellness a little deeper. Maybe even plan your own spa adventure someday. And who knows, maybe we'll see you in Auvergne.
Until next time, keep seeking those moments of peace, rejuvenation, and connection. They're out there waiting for you. Au revoir.
And happy soaking.